13. What is the color of love? I walked beside Mallory as we made our way back to Tesla's lab. I looked at her time and again. Out of spite, towards the now much better behaved Doncor, she wore her hood down. I have called Mallory beautiful, and those of you who have read that word think you know what it means. Beautiful evokes paintings of the masters in your mind, and perhaps some face of an attractive woman from your past. Mallory was of another time, another realm. To see her was to believe in the stuff of magic, perhaps even to catch glimpses of unicorns in the distance, to hear the lost fays' sad laments in the twilight. To see her face would break your heart with longing, and yet heal that heart at the self-same time. And from that moment on, your heart would beat twice as strong as before. What does love look like? What is its color? A white flash of fright? A billowing wave of warmth? Its reach beyond the microscope and further than the length of hope. Is it a jewel sparkling in the night, or a whisper murmuring within the corridors of the heart? Love is not a shy beast to be caught, but a rare moment to be treasured. It burns within each cell, a living seed of hope. Its rays invisible to most, seen only by the searching heart. Mallory, in one of her rare times of misunderstanding me, murmured, "If you are concerned, I had my men spare your Churchill. I saw that you liked the young man. Alas, my men had to kill the other soldiers in the building, to keep intact the illusion that they were the assassins of Donkey." She smiled at the using of my nickname for him. "You are not offended at those soldiers' deaths?" Saddened, but not offended, Mallory. After all, none of them would have protested being part of the squad that executed me. I made a face. But now that Bering and Kitchener know I am here in Cairo, they will send more soldiers after Oscar and me. Mallory shook her head. The moment we walked out of the office, both Bering and Kitchener forgot you were ever there, or in Cairo. I stopped. "You can do that?" Mallory nodded. "Yes, but it takes great energy. Luckily, I siphoned all I needed from that fanatic." She smiled with her lips only. "In fact, I left them a parting gift." My stomach bottomed out. What kind of gift? "I touched their minds in such a way that should they look straight at you, or at Oscar, they would not see either of you at all. They would see a palm tree or an Egyptian farmer or a beggar." "Why haven't I seen you do that before?" "It takes the energy of a man's life to do such a thing, and there have been few men I would kill in front of you." I raised an eyebrow. "And when I'm not around?" Mallory giggled soullessly. "I do not kill and tell, beloved." We took up our walk to Tesla's lab again. I reminded myself that Mallory was much like a jungle cat. Her nature was predatory. She reined it in for love of me, but I could not change her nature. And if I did change her spirit, she would no longer be the woman I loved. I had fallen in love with a tigress, and I would have to accept the blood with the roses. We both have more than human hearing, and as we walked through the darkening streets, closer to the shadowed enclave of the entrance to Tesla's laboratory, we heard muffled crashing and curses. I could make out Hayato's angry voice. Mallory shook her head. "Poor Tesla. He has the unerring ability to pluck disaster out of victory. Let us get inside before Hayato wrings my wizard's neck." Mallory gestured, forcing the moisture of the deepening twilight to ease the door open. I, who have witnessed so many bizarre sights, was pulled up short. Hayato was cursing, not Tesla, but Oscar, who was chasing a dodging Tesla. An umbrella, of all things, was held high in his hand as Nikola darted behind machines which sparked in strange lightnings. Tesla cried out, "Wilde, you misunderstand. I have done what I must." Oscar snapped, "What you must? You turned on your infernal machine while I was standing next to it." "You were in no danger," protested Tesla. So you say, but I felt the hairs stand out from my head. Whenever a man does a thoroughly stupid thing, it is always from the noblest of motives. Sammy held his Colt in his hand, trying to aim at the running scientist. Quit your darn chasing, Wilde. I almost had a bead on the rooster. I was just showing you the magnificence of my machine, exclaimed Tesla. I do not think there is any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by the inventor as he sees the creation of his brain unfolding to success. Such emotions make a man forget food, sleep, friends, love, and good sense, snapped Sammy. Tesla, you are undoubtedly endowed with a stupidity which by the least little stretch would go around the globe 4 times. Hayato snatched the Colt from his hand in a fluid strike that would have made a cobra envious. You were in no danger, Clemens, intoned the Ningyo. I would have sensed it. What I have sensed are the diggers, fully merged into reality, once more thanks to the wizard's machine. Mallory was at Hayato's side at his words. What? He turned and bowed gracefully. Yes, Empress, but I sensed that many of them are grievously injured. Then we must fly to them. Wizard, energize your flying carpet. Sammy, Oscar, do cease your prattling and come with me. She turned to me and cocked her head. What is wrong, Samuel? Ada, I said. I don't see her. Hayato said, a representative of Professor Panuria arrived, pleading with her to come to his aid. Mallory frowned. Panuria? Is he not the antiquarian who is excavating not 10 miles south of Tanis? I nodded grimly. Damn these antiquarians. They're worse than the claim jumpers in Alaska. I gnawed my lower lip. I was torn. I wanted to go with Mallory, but with Maija on the loose and crafty, greedy antiquarians on the prowl, Ada might be in serious jeopardy. Mallory said, Go to her aid, Samuel. I would never forgive myself if my desire to have you at my side cost Lady Lovelace her life. I hesitated, and she said, Go. I grinned. I feel downright unwelcome. You are never that, you know it, Samuel. But hurry, I sense there is more to this than is apparent. And what made my scalp prickle was the feeling that Mallory was right.